Live from the Hawks Nest at the Humber College Gym in Toronto, Ontario. It's time for the Humber Hawks Game of the Week on BRTV and the Hawks Sports Network. Hello everybody, I'm Lex Tan and alongside me is Connor Forrest, and we got a great game here between the Humber Hawks and the Fanshawe Falcons. At this time we're going to talk about what happened in the last game, so we're going to throw it over to Danielle Dupuis.
Connor and Lex. So a little bit of a recap from last game against the Fanshawe Falcons. The Hawks ended up playing them back in November, so there's a little bit of space between this. Now, with that being said, they lost the match. It was 3-1. And with our key players we're going to be looking out for is obviously Clayton Blanchette, still doing a lot of great kills out there. Serves are great, but they're also going to have to pay very close attention to player number 6, James Jackson, who right now is leading for Fanshawe. For more details, I'm tossing back up to you guys.
Thanks, Danielle. And Connor, as we were talking about before the broadcast here, you were actually a volleyball player yourself, and you've played against both of these teams. What can you tell us about the way that this game, you're looking that this game's going to go?
Absolutely. Well, I played against a few of the younger guys. Andre Foreman, for one, they're great players out in London. But as Danielle just mentioned, James Jackson is one of their most prolific scorers, and he's one of the reasons why they're so talented offensively. But the main thing that this Fanshawe team brings to the table is that they don't make mistakes. If you want to win a game against them, you have to beat them. They are number 1 in reception errors. They're number 1 in digs. They're number 2 in blocks, and they are number 4 in kills per set. They are a sound team, and they have 8-10 guys deep. They got 2 amazing setters, Sebastian Lethbridge, as well as their second guy coming off the bench, which is Jack Daly. So look for this team right here, and there we see the stats matched up. Humber did steal a set in their very first matchup, so let's see if they can do that again. But these Falcons just absolutely beat the Mohawk Mountaineers and cemented their status as the number 1 team in the country, winning that 3-0. It's going to be a challenge for Humber. It's going to be a battle.
And as well, too, with Humber, they are 4th in the OCAA West Division with a record of 9-6. They are holding on to the final playoff spot as we speak at the moment. Who are the 3 players? Who are the players that you think that Humber's going to need to count on in order for them to hold on to that playoff spot?
Well, I'm going to say this right now. Clayton Blanchette, he's going to have to come out and play like the Michael Jordan of volleyball, play like the Gavin Schmidt of Team Canada. He's approaching the all-time OCAA marker in points scored in a season. He's at 333 right now, and he is working his way up to that 404 mark, but they are going to need him. This Humber team doesn't match up that well with Fanshawe in terms of size and in terms of experience. It's a veteran team that we're dealing with here.
And as well, too, as you mentioned, Clayton Blanchette, 333 points, 300 kills. He is only the 2nd Hawk in history to join the 300-300 club. And that's a great achievement and a great career from Clayton Blanchette.
Absolutely. Wayne Wilkins also approaching a record of his own. He's trying to eclipse Mike Katz for the most all-time wins. He's currently sitting at 312. He has 6 more to go before he ties that record.
And we're also going to talk a little bit more about what's going to be going on with other players, and we are going to be going to opening ceremonies here at the Hawks Nest. Let's listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nest here at the Humber Athletic Center. As we get set for this regular season matchup between the Fanshawe Falcons and your Humber Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we would like to honor our graduating senior, Michael Meitzel. University of Toronto, as a transfer student, and although he did not start his varsity experience here at Humber, he definitely leaves here bleeding Humber blue and will forever be remembered as a Hawk. His leadership passion for sport and his dedication to his teammates are all amazing qualities that any one of us would be happy to embody. But the trait that will be missed most, probably his quirky, often irritating smile and laugh that all too often make us cringe, smile, and giggle ourselves. We love you, Michael. On behalf of the Humber College men's volleyball team, we wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. And now we'd like to call upon head coach Wayne Williams and athletic director Ray Chateau for a photo on the court. Tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Fanshawe Colors. A 5-year-old outside from London, Andre Foreman. Wearing number 6, a 6'8" outside from London, James Jackson. Wearing number 7, a 6'2" from London, Sebastian Humber. Wearing number 8, a 6'4" outside.
And as the outside blocker, pay attention. Right? Don't hang out with your hand if you gotta be inside. It's two lefties, right? Dre, hand, their right side, okay? Make sure we're blocks properly.
And as the starting lineups are being announced right now, we're going to talk about a couple of the players here on the Humber side that could be other keys to the game, other than Clayton Blanchette. First of all, let's talk about Alex Gibbs. Last time I was calling a game for Humber. Alex Gibbs brought the energy, and he's been a great source of offense for this team.
Absolutely, right side hitter, 3 kills per set. And we got the starting lines for your Hawks now.
Wearing number 3, a 6'3" middle from Toronto, Toby John. Wearing number 4, a 6'7" middle from Hollywood, Andrew Maliki. Wearing number 7, a 6' outside.
And a recap here for the Humber Hawks, their starting lineups. Number 3, Kobe John. Number 4, Andrew Blakey. Number 7, Michael Meitzen in his last home game. Alex Gibbs, number 9. Nicholas Quibbin is the starting libero. Adam Kinoshita and Clayton Blanchette are your starting lineups here for your Humber Hawks. As we start underway, Adam Kinoshita is going to be taking the first serve in this matchup. Kinoshita puts the serve up. Pokes it over. And number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge, starts off with the first point. A little sneaky move there.
Absolutely. Lethbridge, starting setter, second year out of London, Ontario. He played with Andre Foreman throughout his career. Starting off strong.
Kinoshita, Blanchette saves it, puts it over to the other side. Here comes Nate Van. And that's out of bounds off the Humber player. And it is point for the Falcons.
And that's going to be a place that the Humber Hawks really struggle. James Jackson standing at 6'8" with a vertical over 30. He is going to be unstoppable.
Kinoshita with the set. Blanchette going up for the kill off the player. Saved by Andre Foreman. Number 8 puts it over. Meitzen with the dig. Set by Kinoshita. Gibbs. Oh, great save there by Keeban. And Alex Gibbs, it's on the line and in, and Humber gets the point.
Smart play by Gibbs. He's left-handed swinging from the right side. Offers a lot of advantages, including that phenomenal roll shot right there. Recognizing the block, a big block there at the front between Lethbridge and the middle.
And star player, 300 man, Clayton Blanchette with the serve. Ooh, off the, nice dig there by number 1. Quick from number 14. Now it's saved by the Hawks and they put it over. Kobe John does that. Number 7 sets it up. And that one is in on a great kill by Sebastian Lethbridge.
Absolutely. If these Hawks want to stop him, they're going to have to get 2 blockers up. Most importantly, they don't want any sets that are tight to the net with this guy. He has such a reach, he's just going to dump it right over you.
Sebastian Lethbridge puts it up. Blanchette. Kobe John with the sneaky tip there. Libero puts it up. Blocked there by, block attempt rather by the Hawks, and it's good. And it's a violation there by Gibbon, or actually by Gibbs, and he doesn't believe it. Let's look at the replay on that one. Gibbs might have a point. That serve by Lethbridge goes into the net. Humber point.
Gift right there from the Falcons, but one of the things that makes them such a phenomenal team is that they don't give away that many points with unforced errors.
John puts up the serve, set by Lethbridge, and number 6, James Jackson with the kill. And James Jackson is one of the players to watch out for on the Falcons. With 52 kills, 4.6 points a set, and 5 kills a set.
Absolutely, and he already has 3 points for himself on the night. Andrew Blakey, the middle for Humber, who is the only one size-wise who can match up with the outside hitter, so look for him to be an important piece of this puzzle.
Good rally going on here. Kinoshita sets it up. Meitzen sneaks it over, but it's still kept alive by the Falcons. There's a set there, and Gibbs with the power!
Finding the opening, Gibbs matches up well there on the right side, and he gets a tool off of Foreman.
And Alex Gibbs, with that last kill, is going to be stepping up to the line for his first serve of the match. Here's the set. Oh!
And that's going to be a violation. The backcourt hit. Not going to count due to stepping on the line during his approach.
So point there for Humber as they pull within 1. Gibbs with the serve, put up by the libero. Here's the set. Oh, what a block there by Colin Skanes and Adam Kinoshita.
The setter getting a block on his own. Foreman trying to put it down. It's a tie ball game.
Here's, another block, but goes out of bounds off of the Humber player. And it is a point for the Falcons. Falcons regain serve and are up by 1. Number 14 from Fanshawe, Evan Ravine goes up to the line. Blanchette set by Kinoshita with a quick, and Colin Skanes with the point.
Hawks are doing well right now. They are responding. Typical play here at this level, but either team receiving, having the advantage of 2 or 3 options on the attack. But that is one thing you cannot do.
That serve goes out of bounds. I would like to just make an apology there. The last point that Humber got was off of Andrew Blakey, not Colin Skanes. Number 4, Andrew Blakey. But right now it is the Falcons on serve. 7 serving 6. Nate Van Camp puts it out of bounds. And now Andrew Blakey, no question about it. That's who's up at the line now. Here we go. Putting it up. Dundrum. And a nice block there, but it drops in on Humber's side, and it's a point for the Falcons.
Absolutely. Blakey gonna head off now as libero comes in. It's a back and forth game right now. Foreman at the line.
Blanchette over to John. Nice save there. Put up and over. Nice dive by Gibbs. Kinoshita to Blanchette, and it goes out of bounds.
And a great steal from Fanshawe there. Lethbridge, as well as his middle blocker. Number 12, David Aucoin, taking away the line, forcing the tough cross shot from Blanchette.
2-point lead now for Fanshawe. Foreman with his next serve. Gibbs. Kinoshita. John, set by number 7. Here comes the kill attempt, and that's a point for the Fanshawe Falcons off of Sebastian Lethbridge. Or rather, that's James Jackson with the kill, my bad. And Andre Foreman, third serve. Keeping that to dig that one out of the ground. Blanchette, out of bounds.
And again, Blanchette is forcing a shot. He can't make that cross-court shot. There's just not enough room on the court, and the Falcons are doing a great job at taking away his line, forcing the out of bounds. But James Jackson, I mean, 6'8" with a vertical like that, and he's so precise with his shots too. He doesn't try to hammer it at the attack line. He puts it in the back, left, and right corners, so it makes him so unstoppable and such a crucial piece of this matchup against the Humber Hawks.
And we're going to look at the roster for the Fanshawe Falcons team, as you can see on the screen over there. Player, as we mentioned, we want to watch out for here is James Jackson. And according to the statistics on the season, he's got 172 kills.
You can't teach 7 feet. That's what they always say. And this guy has bounce to go with it. And he's one of the best offensive players in the OCAA by far, and maybe even the CCAA. His team is ranked #1. And you look at the youth on this team, 2 starters, and Andre Foreman as well as Sebastian Lethbridge in their second years. So this Fanshawe team, a bright, bright future.
Yeah, and that's something with a great volleyball program. If you can nurture that in the youth and they can carry it over, they can certainly put together, you know, a run of championships, possibly a dynasty.
Absolutely. Nate Van Camp, also only in his 4th year. He has the option for a 5th. And then, of course, the big one, James Jackson, in his 2nd year, also coming out of London, Ontario.
Ooh, a nice pokey there by Blanchette. Not fooling the Falcons, though. Pokey there, however, by number 6, James Jackson. The spike went over. Another pokey again. Nice dive. And that one goes out of bounds. Not touching a Fanshawe Falcons player, but that was a great, that was some great dive there by Nicholas Keeben. Just trying to keep that in play.
Foreman keeping his service streak alive.
Keeben. Blanchette, oh, with a power. And it goes off, out of bounds, off of David Gundrum, the libero for the Fanshawe Falcons.
Great play there from Blanchette. He got a quicker set that time, and he was able to hit that cross-court shot that he loves. But David Gundrum still getting a touch on it.
Ooh, Kinoshita tries to get that dig, but it goes out of bounds. And that's what power and strength can do for you.
Absolutely, and this Fanshawe Falcons team is so frustrating because, as we mentioned in the beginning, they're #2 in blocks, they're #1 in reception errors and digs. They don't make mistakes, and they play every possession. You really got to work to get a point against this team.
Blanchette going for the kill, nice block. That's gonna drop inbounds.
Gibbs thinking that was gonna fall low, just a little bit of a missed call right there. The Falcons is shutting Blanchette down early. They know their guy.
And O'Coin up to the line again. And looks like a service violation. And the Hawks will get serve and point.
Absolutely, a lucky gift right there for the Hawks, getting out of that rotation.
Here's Blanchette gonna be starting off this play. He's on serve. Here we go. That one just out of bounds. From my vantage point, it looked like it could be on the line, but the linesman said no. That one out.
Absolutely, it's a tough call there, especially on those spin serves. They come so fast, but an unforced error nonetheless.
Oh, and a nice big kill there by Kobe John.
Kobe John, first kill he's had on the night. And that's one thing this Hawks team really needs to do, especially now with Andrew Blakey at the front, is really establish their middle. The Falcons have done so already.
And Kobe John gets the ace on that play.
Kobe John, back-to-back plays. Kobe John, the first year out of Toronto. 6'2" middle blocker.
John with the serve again. That one's gonna bounce on the line, and a point for the Hawks. They pull within 3.
Kobe John, 3 straight points for the freshman.
Here we go one more time. That one this time is out of bounds, just a little bit over the line.
Absolutely, but 3 points to 1. That was a solid run there by Kobe John. He's going to take a breather, and now the Hawks in a good position.
And here comes James Jackson, star player for the Falcons. And a nice dive by Nicholas Kibben, but he could not handle that one. Point for the Falcons.
Jackson coming right back at it with a serve of his own. Taking it back to 5.
Jackson with the ace, looking for another point here. Nice dig there by Blanchette. Gibbs. Jackson off the net. Poked over by number 8. Set by Kinoshita. Here comes Meitzen. Handled by Foreman. Oh, nice play there, and Blanchette keeps it alive. Here comes Gibbs. Jackson, poked over there by Blakey and Meitzen. But it is going to be a Fanshawe point.
Yeah, on that block there, you could immediately see head coach Patrick Johnson not happy with the no call. And it was very clear that Humber was on the net. But how about James Jackson, the serve, and then the dig, and then...
That one goes out of bounds by Jackson. The Hawks regain serve. They're within 5.
Absolutely. Front court setter now for the Hawks, so they are limited to Masson and Blakey.
And Jackson, and there's a net violation. Looks like, and that's going to be charged to Nate Van Camp, number 8 of the Fanshawe Falcons. Hawks get the point.
Going to get a replay on that, and that was tight.
Here's Gibbs, putting that up and too far.
Wayne Wilkins not happy, calling a substitution now. That's going to be Humber's number 10, Quentin Hudgens, and he's going to come in for Gibbs, who's struggling from the service line. Probably play for him in the back row.
So Quentin Hudgens from Port Perry, Ontario, going to come into this game, and it is Evan Riven up to the line for the Falcons. There's the set by Kinoshita. Meitzen gets the kill.
Meitzen getting it through the block there, beating Davey Aucoin, as well as Lethbridge.
Here's Michael Meitzen in his final home game for the Hawks from my hometown, Scarborough, Ontario. Scarborough represent.
And another service error for the Hawks. This is one team you can't afford to do it against, Lex, and now they have just entered a 20-point mark.
Number 8, Nate Van Camp, up to the line. They can't hold on to momentum by making service errors, that's for sure. And there's a service error there for the Falcons. Andrew Blakey coming up to the line here for his next serve. Let's see if one of these serves will make their way in play. No, it won't.
Back-to-back service errors for both teams, and they are just trading points. The only problem is that Humber is playing catch-up down to 5, and now James Jackson is back in the front court.
Andre Foreman with the serve. That one's going to be playable. Here comes Blanchette. Soft touch, and it drops in.
Great play there from Blanchette, recognizing the triple block, and he rolls that one right over, knowing there isn't going to be a man to cover on that cross-court shot. 3 swings now for Humber.
Kinoshita with the serve. Here's the set. Poked over by number 12, David Aucoin, and the Hawks could not find that one. Timeout now called by the Humber Hawks. That's their second timeout of this set. And during this timeout, let's talk a little bit more about James Jackson of the Falcons, their star player.
James Jackson, I mean, we saw him already. He's already got a few kills. His presence alone makes him such a versatile player. We've seen him make a number of big digs on both ends of the defensive and offensive end. He's got 52 kills, and he's averaging about 4.6 points per set. But the impact he makes is so much more as both a blocker and as an attacker. This guy can do it all. Not to mention you got guys like Sebastian Lethbridge who have 207 assists on the year, who can just run an offense, getting all of your players involved. So it makes this team the best in the country.
And James Jackson, best offensive player on the team, as you can see here, as you on the graphic, 4.6 points per set, and a total of 202 points in the season going into this matchup.
Absolutely, he is arguably the most versatile player in the league in only his second year himself, along with Lethbridge and Foreman. Will be a force to be reckoned with in their third and fourth and maybe even fifth year.
As Blanchette with the kill puts it over, and it's kept alive by the Falcons. Here's Jackson. Nice dive by Meitzen, but it goes into the fan area, out of bounds, and a point for the Falcons again.
Amazing shot right there from Jackson. On such a high shot too, the timing and be able to put it in that spot. Incredible play there from Jackson.
O'Coin, another serve. Meitzen with the dig. Kobe John fools them on with a soft touch. And that is a point for the Humber Hawks. Now it is 18 to serving 23. Hawks at the serve, and Clayton Blanchette back up to the line. Clayton Blanchette. Big serve, and in!
No, it's
not.
going to be called out. So another service error for the Hawks.
And we're going to look at the replay.
Point.
And according to that vantage point, yes, it did go out of bounds. Falcons with the serve. Blanchette with the dig. Here comes Gibbs. Foreman, saved by number 7. Free ball now given up by the Falcons. Humber's got set up. Gibbs tries to fool him with the pokey.
Oh, what a block.
And here's Quibben with the set. Oh, and it drops in. And then Clayton Blanchette gets the kill on that play.
Blanchette finding some success from the backcourt. The problem is he needs some help in the front as well. They have 5 points to make up.
Here's Kobe John. Had a pretty good service round earlier. Not going to go so well this time.
And that time, service errors do the Hawks in on the first. We saw a number from individual players throughout that first set. And you wonder, if you didn't make those service errors, what would the score be? How much closer would the first set be?
And as the teams switch sides here, we're going to talk a little bit more about Humber's star player, the 300 man, Clayton Blanchette.
Absolutely, he's the second Hawk in history to join the 300 for 300 club. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, he's approaching the all-time OCAA record, which currently sits at 404 points right now. He's at 333, but right now, relatively quiet, and you expected that from Fanshawe. These guys run 6, 7, 8 deep players who can play at a national level, and they are really targeting him, so it'll be interesting to see how his teammates respond in the second set alone. Just got some stats incoming from that first set right there. So far, it is looking all Fanshawe, a defensive team built around Diggs, when currently they have 18 on the set. A gritty team that knows how to saddle up and keep that ball in play. A .429 hitting percentage on the first set, largely due to the play of guys such as James Jackson.
And as well, too, David O'Coin, again, 3 kills, 4 times on attack. Good for a .750 hit percentage for the Fanshawe College Falcons. And the story of the first set as well, too, that we were talking about throughout the entire set was the service errors that were evident on both sides, but a little bit more on Humber's side.
Absolutely, 8 service errors in total for the Humber Hawks. And while the Falcons do have 5, the Falcons had room to breathe. They had a 5-6 point lead. So when you're Humber and you're going up against a team that doesn't give you much in return, you got to make sure you give them even less. And in this case, 8 service errors is too much.
And might I add that Clayton Blanchett, as you mentioned, he's approaching the all-time OCAA record for points at 404. He comes back to play next season. We could see him become the all-time leader for points.
Absolutely, and of course, these boys still on the road to the OCAAs. They have teams ahead of them in the rankings, but they are still certainly a contender. Clayton Blanchett, the man for the Hawks with 3 kills thus far. They're going to need him to really step it up. Only hitting a .1 hitting percentage right now. So Clayton Blanchett looking to wake up here in the second. A dominant showing from your country's #1.
And as the teams reassemble back on the floor, the Falcons hold a 1-0 lead here going into the second set. And the Fanshawe Falcons dispersing now from their huddle, taking their positions as Andre Foreman up to the line with his first serve of the set. Final home game of the season here for the Hawks. Hopefully they continue with some more home games as we head into the OCAA playoffs. Kobe John with the kill attempt, and he is successful. And
Foreman averaging about 1.4 points a set, Lex.
Wow. However, in that case, Kobe John with the kill, but poked over again there by Gibbs. However, keeping Fanshawe on their feet. Josh Liang with the set. Oh, Gibbs with the big power on that, but it's saved by Jackson. And a free ball given up. Amazing play there. And it's the whistle, and it's going to be a Humber point.
Absolutely. That ball hitting the flag, you can really notice all the people in the stands complaining about that as the play went on. But that ball out of play as it touches the banners.
Point for Humber, 2-0 now. Kinoshita with the serve.
Great
Jackson.
From Lethbridge.
And here comes Blanchett. Oh, off the net and careens out of bounds.
But again, Blanchett trying to force that cross-court shot. We've seen him do that 3 times now, trying to hit a space that isn't there, and that's largely because of the Falcons taking away his line.
Here's David Aucoin at the line. Here's a serve. Meitzen, Kinoshita with the quick, and Kobe John, another kill.
How about Kobe John? First year really showing up here, putting on that 3-point run of his own in the first, and now making plays in the second.
4th kill of the game or the match rather, for Kobe John, as Clayton Blanchett back to the line. Big power, but it's out.
We talked about service errors in the first. Blanchett, a great spin serve, but high risk, high reward, and we see that one go out.
Here is number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge from London, Ontario for the Fanshawe Falcons.
Let's see who he serves at. And they go right at Blanchett. They go right at him, and that's a great serve. We saw that last game, too, where the Fanshawe ladies went at Devin O'Connor.
And and that one was that point was a result of a lift rather, by Blanchett. He's hoping to get back on track. Blanchett with the dig, set by Kinoshita. Meitzen with the power. This time it is a Humber point. Out of bounds off of the Fanshawe defense.
Michael Meissen playing the outside hitter, only standing at 6 feet tall. 5th year, Scarborough, Ontario. We saw his presentation at the beginning of this game.
And Kobe John puts that out of bounds.
Another service error. It's not like both teams don't make service errors, Lex. It's just that when you're going up against a team like Fanshawe, you can't afford to. They're #1 in the country.
Here's number 6, James Jackson. With a big power on that serve.
He's got a great serve.
Nice little poke there, going out of bounds, however, off the dig by the Fanshawe Falcons. And it is a Humber point. The Hawks now up by 1.
First kill there for Andrew Blakey, bringing him on halfway through the season. And Lethbridge.
Sweatshirt on. He's making sporting comments towards those players after they miss serves, after they make.
Little discussion there by the 2 referees.
unsportsmanlike conduct. Both players saying things unacceptable on the court, and the official will just straighten them both out.
Yeah, like because there wasn't a lot of talking to the net.
As you can see, a very heated atmosphere in this in the Hawks' Nest. Playoff implications on the line for both teams. Fanshawe is #1 in the division. Humber holding on to that 4th place and that final playoff spot in the OCAA West.
Absolutely. Fanshawe, despite being #1 in the country, they do have opponents that are nationally ranked. The Mohawk Mountaineers have taken a win from them. And Georgian is sitting at 15-0 as well. Tough call there.
It's a double touch. And it's Kinoshita. Kinoshita not happy with that call.
And we've already seen some controversy with the officials in the following game. And last play, the official having to straighten out captains of both teams. We will see which team can keep a level head.
Here's Evan Ravine. Big dig, or a big kill there rather by Alex Gibbs.
Gibbs on the C ball, and I love that choice there from Kinoshita, recognizing the no block. He feeds his right side hitter, and he buries that one.
Alex Gibbs bringing the energy. He's pumping up his team. Here's Michael Meitzen with the serve. Dug by Gundrum. Oh, big power.
Great take there from Masson. Took that one like a champ, but a big swing there from Jackson. And he doesn't go attack line, Lex. He goes right for those corners, and Masson was right where he needed to be. It's just a bit too much on that one.
And here comes Nate Van Camp from Port Perry, putting it up and over. Meitzen with the dig. Here's Blanchette and he gets blocked. Liang tried to dig that out, but it is out of bounds, and Humber loses the point. Fanshawe, takes the lead. Here's the replay. That block over there couldn't be handled by the libero on the floor, Josh Liang. And that one went off the top of the net and bounced in.
Van Camp, and if you're Wayne Wilkins, you want to refocus your team. They're looking flat-footed right there. That ball goes off the tape, you got to dive for it, but we don't see that with the Hawks right now. And Blanchette still struggling.
There's a little bit of talk there from the front line of the Fanshawe Falcons. That one is in and bounced on the line. Another great serve there, and a timeout called by Fanshawe.
Smart move by Wayne Wilkins. 3 in a row for the Falcons from Van Camp, rolling 2 himself. And now Wayne Wilkins just going to discuss things over with his guys. This set not out of reach by any means. Only 3 points can turn in a second.
And let's talk about some of the stats here for Humber going in. Humber, as we mentioned, has a 9-6 record. They got 18 points on 18 standings points over here, and they're on the hunt for their playoffs here. Humber lost their last meeting with Fanshawe 3-1, and it's not like Humber doesn't have a chance against Fanshawe. They're both teams 15-15 all time.
Absolutely. We just saw the Fanshawe women's team take a set off of the #2 ranked team in the country, the women's Humber team. And here we have proof that the boys have also taken a set off of the men's #1 ranked team. As for the numbers for our Humber Hawks, they don't lead in any categories, but they are certainly up there when it comes to kills. 641 kills as a team, 2nd in the league, and 11.25 kills per set. That is 3rd in the league. They are a great offensive team, but right now we are seeing an offense versus defensive battle, and the defense winning thus far.
Nate Van Camp puts up the serve and goes out of bounds. Humber point.
And Wayne Wilkins timeout ices the spinner, so now the Hawks a chance to go back at him.
And one of the stats on the graphics earlier, Humber's fighting off 4 teams for that final playoff spot. Here is the set. Oh, what a big block by Kobe John.
Tight set there for Foreman. He goes up and he risks it all. He swings at that bad boy, but Kobe John right there. And how about Kobe John? He's really been making a name for himself in this game.
Here's the set, pokey, and out of bounds. Another Humber point there. Number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge, tried to be sneaky. Didn't work.
Absolutely, and even though it doesn't work, I love that play from Lethbridge because it keeps Humber on their toes.
Big power by number 8. That's Nate Van Camp, gets the kill, and Fanshawe takes the lead again.
Absolutely, and both setters showing interest in that C ball right there. We saw Gibbs drill one home, and Van Camp responds with one of his own. Now Foreman, this is where the Falcons ran away with it last time.
John sets it. Oh, what a quick by Kineshita. However, Kobe John puts it out of bounds.
Getting that cross-court shot when there just isn't quite enough court there. But Kobe John is hungry right now. I love him too. He's so poised. No emotion. I love Kobe John.
Here is Andre Foreman again. Gibbs, oh, poked over by number 5, or by James Jackson rather. Point for Fanshawe.
Josh Liang with the hustle play there, but couldn't quite get it up with the right fist there. Great play from Liang. A little bit more space and that would have gone over.
Foreman. Gibbs. Kineshita. Blanchette. Ooh, Foreman puts it out of bounds on that dig.
Blanchette gets that one to go. They have been doing a good job of containing the OCAA All-Star.
Blanchette's got to be happy about that one. Here's the set. Jackson gets blocked.
Oh, goodness.
However, it looks like it was a line violation by Humber, and Falcons get the point.
Absolutely. It's so hard to play against this guy without reaching over, without trying to get some sort of advantage because he is 6'8" with hops to go with it.
David O'Coin. Liang. Kineshita. Gibbs pokes it. Got taken by Van Camp. Poked again by the Falcons. Gibbs gets blocked and it stays onside, so it is a Falcons point.
A little bit of a low set there by Kinoshita, and Gibbs just couldn't quite get high enough in the air, and he gets roofed on that one. We see the reset there, especially trying to go with that left hand.
Here's O'Coin again. Oh, nice quick there by Kinoshita, and a nice dig. Even better dig, but this time.
And that is a sight for sore eyes, a block on James Jackson. It is possible, ladies and gentlemen. It has been done.
And Clayton Blanchette with that block, he comes up to the line with Humber down only by 3.
This is where Blanchette's got to keep it in the court.
He does this time. Nice dig by number 8. Sent over by Foreman. Kobe John fakes it. Meitzen gets blocked on the spike attempt. And it drops in. It is a Fanshawe Falcons point. They're back up by 4.
Yeah, and that's a tough matchup for Mason right there. You see him go at Lethbridge and Revan, and it just not quite going to go. Again, he only stands at 6 feet tall, so it is a tough matchup for him at the left side.
Kineshita. Gibbs with the power. And the Fanshawe Falcons, well, you can't block power sometimes.
Absolutely, just going as hard and then fiddles around in between 2 pairs of hands too, and that time we see a seam and Gibbs adding to his kill total.
Here's Kobe John, puts it out of bounds.
Kobe John, solid performance so far, a little bit of a slip up there. The boys are down by 4, but they are staying around. But here comes tough serve. James Jackson doesn't throw that ball that high in the air too, Lex. Watch how high this ball goes. Takes a 2-step. Yeah, not very high at all. It's a beach serve almost.
Kineshita, Meitzen. Ooh, so close to the line, but not close enough.
Oh, but they're gonna get the point. And some sort of violation. The official's not quite going to waiver. It must have been a net violation of some sort.
Now Alex Gibbs with the Hawks within 3. Set. Nice dig by Liang. Set by Kineshita. Oh, and a big block by number 1, Andre Foreman. Outstanding at only 5'11". He got some air.
Big swing there from Blanchet. He's staying aggressive. It's not going for him, but he keeps attacking. He's not resorting to any tips. And if he's struggling, at the least, that's what you want to see.
Evan Raven with the serve. Dug by Meitzen. Oh, quick! And Andrew Blakey with the kill.
What a set there from Kinoshita, finding Blakey there. He gets his second kill of the night.
That's and that's so important. Adam Kinoshita, one of the best setters that I've ever seen in volleyball.
Absolutely, and especially since Blakey is probably one of the few people with the height on this team that can match up against Jackson.
Meitzen with the dig. Kinoshita setting it up again, and Gibbs. That one is out.
And that's the shot they wanted. He rolls that all the time. Just went off the hands and out there, but Gibbs wants that all day.
Nate Van Camp up to the line with Fanshawe up by 4, 18 serving 14. Ooh, really hard serve there. Nice quick again and Blakey puts it over. Oh, that one went off the net. Another block by Fanshawe. Kinoshita setting up again, and the pokey there.
Great pancake.
Oh, wow, and it was saved on that dig. Liang puts it up. Kinoshita, oh! Nice sneaky move by the setter, Adam Kinoshita.
Taking a page from Lethbridge, giving the little left-handed dump right there.
Look at this again. Kinoshita, I love that. He looked like he was gonna set that up, but he just dumped it over.
He was off the net too, so it was a great tip. Nobody would have thought that he was gonna dump that. Distancing down.
Josh Pascal from Manila, Philippines. It's set. Here we go. Dug there by Meitzen. And Gibbs. There's that one. Is going to be out of bounds.
Oh, Gibbs. 2 hits that are just outside the line. Frustrated with himself. And we are approaching that 20-point mark. Foreman back to serve. 2 swingers for Fanshawe.
Meitzen, Kinoshita, Blanchett. Ooh, soft touch. Here it comes. Another kill there. Kinoshita with another set. Blanchett out of bounds again.
Blanchett, that cross-court shot, when he doesn't have his line, he's trying to bounce it. But there's simply not enough space on the court.
Sent over there by Fanshawe. Here goes Kinoshita. Blanchett. Saved over there by number 1. Oh, and number 7, Sebastian Lethbridge tried to dump it over, but it just went to the net.
He was actually trying to throw that one down, Lex, but he didn't have enough space between him and the net, and that went in. But he was trying to throw that one down.
Oh, Kinoshita couldn't put that one over. Now Kinoshita had, in the last game I saw, I called over here for the Humber volleyball teams, Kinoshita had some really great light touch serves. That one unfortunately could not go over the net.
It's a great shot. Going to the back and left. The back left or the front left and right corners are always great places to go. Changes the pace.
David O'Coin. Liang with the dig. Kinoshita with the set. Blanchett. Oh, saved by James Jackson, and play continues. Here's Meitzen with the set. Poked over by Blanchett, and a point for Humber.
And that's a smart move by Blanchett. They are triple blocking him because they know that is Humber's primary hitter. And you see the triple coming in, which results in no coverage. Blanchett from the right side.
Hawks now just down by 4. Blanchett on serve. Big power. Oh, and Foreman knocked off his feet in that one. He had to give up the free ball. Kinoshita. Blanchett goes out of bounds on that kill attempt.
And he hasn't had too much success from those pipe balls. Either been blocked or he's blown it out of bounds. So now the Falcons in a good position. They got 3 swingers up front, Lex, and they got Sebastian at the service line.
Sebastian, light touch on that serve.
Ooh, tough.
Gibbs was blocked there, but it goes out of bounds on the block there by the Falcons. And so there's Josh Pascal goes off, and Andrew Blakey comes right back in. So does and Kobe John also goes off as well too.
Cody Burton coming in. That's always a risk, like when you bring in some guy off the bench to come and serve. He's not warm, so it does give a good serve there.
Poked over there by James Jackson, set by Burton, and it's a point for the Falcons. It's a double touch on Burton.
That's a risk when you come on, if just for one possession, you got cold hands, it becomes difficult to go throughout the play.
And Fanshawe star James Jackson. Sounds like a musician. That's a musician's name. Meitzen set that up. Oh, Gibbs with the pokey. Set there. Here comes Jackson, and he's blocked by the 6'7" Andrew Blakey.
Unfortunately, that ball did come on the Humber side of the floor, though. So Jackson making it set point.
And as set point now for the Falcons, Humber calls their second timeout of this set. They have no more timeouts left. 24 Falcons, Hawks 18.
Both teams discussing things over. And we'll try and get a listen in right now. There you see the guy saying spin to win. Giving that bad boy a spinner. They got a 6-point lead. They're comfortable. It's all but said and done that Fanshawe will most likely take this second set. Humber regrouping for the third. Wilkins taking all that time out to go over things with his guys.
And the Humber Hawks, every game so important heading into the final stretch of this OCAA 2016-2017 season as they fight for that final playoff spot and possibly could get up to the third playoff spot.
Absolutely, this is not the end of the road. There are still games to be played.
Oh wow.
Serve.
Big power by James Jackson. And that you cannot, and sometimes you cannot control. You cannot control where the ball goes when it's served that hard at you.
Absolutely, the high tosses that you always see on spin serves is so the guys can take an approach and really get as high a contact point. But this guy is 6'8" with a huge vertical. He doesn't need an approach. He just, boom, just 2 steps, quick jump, and he extends, and he can just straight downhill from there. Just got a few packages coming up as Humber goes down 2-0.
We're going to take a little bit of a break as we check out the story of the second set. And it's been a defensive story with the blocks. And just as we're watching this replay package of just those blocks, let's talk about the statistics right now. Right now, Fanshawe's got 5 blocks to Humber's 3 as we head into this third set. And yeah, that was the second set has just been a great defensive play, a great defensive showing for the Fanshawe Falcons. Humber not looking too far behind, however. However, they did score 1 less point than Fanshawe did on that last in that last set. One of the things I'd like to talk about as well too, the hit percentage for the Fanshawe Falcons went from 429 to 286. While the Humber Hawks, theirs was 233 in the first set, and it fell down to 217. However, the chances that the Hawks could, the Hawks could continue on and see if they can get take control of this game here. They've got to rattle off 3 straight sets in order to get the victory here today against the #1 seeded Fanshawe Falcons.
Absolutely. Just taking a look at these stats going into this third set. Total attacks, Lex. Fanshawe has 42 total attacks at the net. Humber has 60. And that just speaks to the fact that this team is #1 in the league in digs. They're so defensively sound, both at the net and in their backcourt, that they are beating the Hawks with a significantly less number of attacks at the net. Not to mention the errors that we have been highlighting throughout the night. Humber College, 8 attacking errors, while they have a total of 12 service errors. Meanwhile, for Fanshawe, 6 serving errors to 3 attacking errors. They don't give you anything. You got to earn every single point. But when the Hawks give 20, it puts them in a position where they find themselves trailing 4 or 5 points every single set.
And the teams reassemble back onto the court for third set action here at the Hawks' Nest.
Clayton Blanchette has just as many errors as he does kills, and he has 21 total attacks, putting him in the negative for hitting. And I think that was Fanshawe's goal right out the rip. So they knew who Humber was going to go to, and they knew they had to shut him down. And that's why they find themselves down 2-0.
Michael Meitzen starts off play here in the third set. Here's James Jackson poking it over. Nice dive by Liang, keeping it alive. Oh, and there's another one. Big power. That one goes up into the rafters. And hitting the flags, that's out of bounds. And the Falcons take the first point of this set. Here's the replay. Alex Gibbs not giving up on that ball. Here's number 15 serving it up and out of bounds.
Okay, and a lucky break there for the Hawks. Hopefully this will be the set of service errors for the Falcons.
I'm sorry, that was number 12, David O'Coin, who put that one up and out of bounds, as Andrew Blakey takes the line for the Hawks. Set by Foreman, poked over. Kinoshita keeps it alive. And here's James Jackson again. Gibbs was able to get that one. Here it comes. Oh, and Adam Kinoshita tries to get the kill, but it's blocked there by the Fanshawe Falcons,
and
Falcons.
That hurts if you're Humber, because whether it's Michael Masson or it's Kinoshita, both are 5'11", 6 feet tall, going up against blockers significantly bigger than them. So that is a tough matchup.
Just over the net, Kobe John. Oh, number 8 with, that's Nate Van Camp, pokes it over. Kobe John tried to do the fake spike there, but great read by Nate Van Camp.
Kobe John, he goes up, he swings at that, he misses, but Van Camp in the air reads that and puts it down. So now the Falcons stretching that to a 2-point lead.
Meitzen, Kinoshita, Blanchette, Gundrum, and here, oh, nice block there by John and Blanchette. Poked over, oh, and Liang could not get to that one, but a nice dive, not giving up on any of these.
22 total attacks so far for Blanchette, but still nothing in the recent points of this match. Meanwhile, the Falcons continue to get chance after chance and find a way to put it down.
Poked over by Blanchette, and this time that works.
Absolutely, Blanchette, the theme for this game for him is brains over bronze. Finding the open holes on the floor.
Kinoshita puts up the serve. Set, big power by number 14, Evan Raven. And Falcons quickly back on serve.
Absolutely, we've seen it go back from our left sides to the middles. Lethbridge getting all of his teammates involved. And now the Hawks better saddle up.
Jackson, Meitzen. Ooh, and that's blocked. However, it stays on the Falcon side. Clayton Blanchette, this time, power works to his advantage.
Manages to get that one through, pushing it through, and that was a great pass there from Masson. That was a dime pass on a tough spin serve.
Blanchette up to the line. Dug by Gundrum, number 8. Nate Van Camp gets the kill there.
Smart move there by Lethbridge. The height advantage. Van Camp rising up against a 2-footed jump from Masson. He'd have a lot of room to work with there.
Evan Raven from Cambridge, Ontario. Puts it up. Blanchette. Kinoshita. Gibbs blocked. But there's, and that point is goes to Falcons because of a double touch. I'm not sure why they called that a double touch myself. Either way, Falcons get the point, and number 14, Evan Raven, gets back up to the line with a 4-point lead. That one goes out of bounds.
So the Hawks getting another one on service error. It's now a 3-point lead, but the Falcons, time and time again, they just slowly extend that lead. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. So we saw Kobe John do it in the second. Can he go on a run?
Nice dig there by Gundrum. Sent over a free ball by Foreman. Kinoshita with the, oh, and that one, what? It'll go over to the Fanshawe Falcons. That point goes to the Falcons.
Absolutely, on that hit right there, Blakey missing the ball entirely and swiping the net, which is what's going to get the call.
Good call by the referee. Good eye by my broadcast partner here, Connor Forrest.
This is where Humber struggles. They don't have too many offensive options outside of Gibbs, who is being shut down, and no communication there.
A point there for the Falcons again, as no one knew who was going to get that one as it drops in. Another ace for Nate Van Camp. And that's in again. Meitzen did not die for that one, or he gave up on that one a little bit.
And Wilkins gonna call a timeout, and much needed. You can just see the energy exhuming from these Falcon players. Meanwhile, our Humber Hawks players are just down in the dumps right now, down 4-10. Largest lead of this set.
And that's the one thing that I remember one of the previous games I've called, it was a really, really close game. Can't remember exactly who the Hawks are playing against, but when the Hawks, as Coach Wilkins from the women's team was telling his team, it's a mind game. It's the sports is just as much mind game and mental as it is.
All right, let's listen in.
And we're listening to the Falcons bench.
And quick and easy. That is how head coach Patrick Johnson likes to do it. They know that they're playing their game, rolling with their 6 starting guys. And they're going to keep this kind of level of play up. But we got to take everything that this Humber Hawks team does with the greenness. So after all, they are in somewhat of a rebuilding period with only 1 5th year, of course being Michael Masson, and no 4th years on this team. This Humber Hawks team, as these players get older and develop, will be scary in the coming years.
Definitely, and that one goes into the net. Nate Van Camp could not put that one over. Humber gets back on serve quickly, but as you mentioned as well too, Humber's got a young team, and kind of like the Toronto Maple Leafs, they got a young team.
Well, Toronto Maple Leafs are bad every year. Humber's gonna be good one day. Toronto Maple Leafs have been bad for 40 years.
However, they got the young players working, and they're competing for a playoff spot, just like the Humber Hawks are right now. As that one just goes into the out-of-bounds area, but a block there by Kinoshita and Blakey. But it is going to go out of bounds, and it is a Fanshawe point again.
Fanshawe still rolling off that timeout. Let's see if they can run something here. They got Gibbs subbed out for Mark Harrison. 3 hitters, Masson, Blakey, and Harrison.
Liang with a dig. Set, and Blakey puts it out of bounds on that spike. The Falcons now have a 7-point lead. As we take out the replay there, Blakey, good idea. However, a little bit too much power on that one.
And Blakey, actually an extraordinary athlete, also a phenomenal baseball player as well. Played on Humber's baseball team. and then joining this volleyball team halfway through the season. And as his skills develop, remember, a lot of these guys, Blakey, only in his second year as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they all develop.
Ooh, went over the net. Kinoshita couldn't put that one in play, and he's a little frustrated with himself there. Sebastian Lethbridge reading that one properly. And here comes David Aucoin one more time. Liang, set. Blanchette with the power. Saved by number 1. And Jackson's got to put that free ball, but it goes way over the line there, and point for Humber this time.
The ability to at least get a swing off that. I mean, most teams may not have been able to recover that, let alone get a down ball.
Blakey, fielded by Foreman. A little sneaky touch over there. Set by Jackson. Here we go. That one by Nate Van Camp could not go over the net. That's a four-touch even.
Yeah, tough swing there from Van Camp. Just sort of leaning on that C-ball. The thing with C-balls, you got to have a dime set if you really want to have.
Blakey dumped over by Sebastian Lethbridge, and a point for Falcons.
That tip from Lethbridge, keeping the defense on their toes. That one area in the green line is called the pot, in between positions 4 and 5, and it is a tough position to cover.
And here comes Sebastian Lethbridge. Putting it up and over. Blanchette, set. Kinoshita with the poke. James Jackson puts it out of bounds.
Again, going on that deep ball, a little bit strong.
And the referee is going to talk with the linesman about that last play.
Calm that one, was that? Oh, and he's going to call it a touch off the block of Humber. Overrule from the linesman. Interesting play.
So the Falcons have a 7-point lead, and Lethbridge again on serve. Soft touch. Kobe John dug by Gundrum. Jackson touched by Humber.
That is unreal.
Fanshawe Falcons just putting their foot down.
And a timeout.
And we can see on the Humber College side, Alex Gibbs trying to keep his team light and just trying to keep the energy going as the Fanshawe Falcons looking loose out there.
But down 16-8, 9 points away from closing a clean sweep. The Humber Hawks got to make a 360 switch in attitude and energy because they are down in the dumps right now. And a lot of it has to do with just a phenomenal play from Fanshawe. I mean, all 6 guys are clicking. One guy is there when another one isn't. And then, of course, James Jackson, they just don't have an answer for him.
And even when the volleyball is put in a really tight spot or a really just looking like that Humber could score a point, here comes a dive by Andre Foreman just to dig that, and keep that in play and keep their hopes alive for that point. And the Falcons just running roughshod right now over the past couple of minutes.
They got 3 swings up front, including Van Camp, Jackson, number 14, Evan Raven, as well as Andre Foreman and their libero, David Gundrum.
Lethbridge puts it up. Here's the set. Here's Blanchette. Block there, but Kinoshita keeps it alive.
Oh.
And a little contact there between number 12, Mark Harrison, and libero Josh Liang. The double touch even.
Blanchette just cannot get a hit through without there being some type of touch, and they don't have any other option to go to.
Lethbridge puts it up again. Liang set again.
Oh,
free ball. Set. Oh no, nice block. Kobe John saves that one. Blanchette couldn't hammer it down in the inbound area, and that goes out.
And we see a replay on there. You saw a glimpse of it at the beginning of that replay. Van Camp's shot going off the tape hard, and Wilkins wanting a touch on the antenna. But the run continues.
Blanchette this time again, a little bit too much power yet again.
Ooh, and they're gonna call Van Camp on the net. And then a quick substitution there between Gibbs. This substitution for the last few plays, Harrison. Here we see it again, and on that play, Van Camp called for being on the net. But Blanchette struggling from the left side. 9-18, biggest lead of the match.
And the referee just talking over there with the scorer's table as we get back underway. Here's the whistle. Here's Kinoshita up at the line. Gundrum, nice big, and another big powerful spike by the Falcons off of Meitzen and right into the ceiling.
Right into the ceiling. It was nice up there from Masson, but a little bit too much on it, and that is going to go sky high, and James Jackson going to check out. It's number 2, first time we're seeing Alex Bugler coming in the game to serve. Second year out of London, Ontario.
Bugler, Liang, Kinoshita, Blanchette, number 2, number 7. Oh, Liang dove for that one right in front of Meitzen, and a little bit of a miscommunication there. It looked like on that play it would have been better if Liang didn't dive for that, let Meitzen have that. Liang, Kinoshita, Gibbs, Gundrum, set. Oh! Big power goes off of Foreman's head. That one's gonna be out of bounds. Too much power on that play, but wow, that big kill by Andre Foreman got blocked and then went careened right into his face.
And then we see Blanchette again trying at that cross-court shot that just doesn't exist unless you're 7 feet tall and can literally throw it 90 degrees down. And that one goes out again. But yeah, Foreman, he swung at it, he got blocked, then it went off his noggin, and then it went back over, and they win the point.
Hope he didn't lose a contact lens if he's wearing one.
Oh, no.
A little discussion here by the referees just before the plays to start.
Might have a nice little bump on his head tomorrow morning. I think he's fine.
Bench on now. Liang with the dig. Kinoshita, Gibbs blocked again. Liang, Kinoshita, Gibbs. This time, Humber's gonna get the point.
And Gibbs trying to fire his team up, but at this point, 10-21, the largest lead that the Falcons have had all match. And the swings just aren't going. They're having more luck with the strategic tips.
And Nicholas Kieben is up at the line. He puts it up. Big dive there. Dumped over.
Oh, great save.
Kinoshita setting up Gibbs, and he gets blocked, and that one is a Falcons point. They're 3 points away from victory.
Got a replay on that right here, and the only issue with Humber's defense is that it's too slow, and they know where the ball's going. There's nothing Gibbs can really do on that. He goes up there, he swings it, but the block is there, and it's sealed.
Evan Riven up at the line, and looks like Kinoshita is discussing with the referee about what happened on that last play, and he's gonna get a yellow card. He's gonna get a yellow card on that play, and I'm not sure why. There was just a discussion. It looked like just a discussion.
Probably challenging the call.
And Coach Wilkins talking back to, or sending Kinoshita back up to the referee.
If he wants to continue, then there will be a red card. That's fine.
And yeah, the official threatening to give a red card. They want to keep playing, and that's what's going to happen.
Evan Riven up at the line here with Fanshawe 3 points away from victory. Quibbin. Gibbs hooks it over, or tries to dump it over, but it goes out of bounds. And the Falcons now 23 serving 10, 2 points away.
They are steamrolling, and the Hawks just can't get anything through.
Raven again for another serve. Ooh, just over the net. Kinoshita with the set. Nice poke there by Meitzen. Kept alive by Fanshawe. Here's this. Oh, nice dig.
Great shot.
However, number 13, Kevin Best. Looks like his best over there.
Absolutely, and Humber's just outsized right now. You just look at the size difference at the net. When these guys are running and they get an approach, the height difference between somebody who's having an approach and somebody who's standing and just straight up jumping up is incredibly different.
Match point now for Fanshawe. Gibbs. That one's gonna go out, but it is a Humber point as it was touched by one of the back defenders of the Fanshawe Falcons. And the Humber Hawks are still alive, but they've got to rattle off 13 points to tie this one up.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
Gonna do it.
Kobe John puts that one out of bounds, and the Falcons take this one handily, 25-11 in the third set. And that's your final score, 25-19, 25-18, 25-11. The Fanshawe Falcons run roughshod over the Hawks, taking this one 3-0.
Absolutely, and the first 2 sets, the Humber Hawks did put up a good fight, but that third set was all Fanshawe. They had a 4-10 lead, and from there it only got bigger, and they were outmatched, they're outclassed. This is a veteran squad. Outsized too. I can't play that down enough because going up against a team this big, you saw Blanchette couldn't get one through without them getting a piece on it. You couldn't see Madison. He only got hits off the tools. So just outsized and just outpowered, outmuscled in this game. The Humber Hawks put up the best fight they can, but the #1 team in the country for a reason.
And Fanshawe Falcons as well too, as one of the stories of this game was they were communicating well. They were there when they needed to be. They were making sure that everybody got a chance to play and a chance to field the ball properly. But with the Humber Hawks, there was a lot of communication issues. A couple of times that there was a dig ready for one player, but then another player dove in and just interrupted things. And it's a little bit frustrating for the Hawks, but they still have that 4th playoff spot at the moment. And we're going to throw it over to Danielle Dupuis with the player of the game, James Jackson.
Thanks, guys. I'm staying here with James Jackson, who right now Fanshawe ended up winning their 10th straight win of the season. So now what I'm going to ask them right now is, we know playoffs are coming up quick, and I just wanted to ask, how do you think the team did out there?
We did really good. I think we stuck to our system. We blocked line. I think we shut down their main players very well, and we continued balls out there, and then we put them away, so kept scoring.
You guys had some great communication out there, so good job. And is there anything else you want to say going into playoffs?
Not really. I think we're prepared. We're set.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank
Back
you.
to the commentators. Thank you.
Well, today we had some great volleyball here. Fanshawe Falcons improved their record again. They are now 14-1 on the season. The Humber Hawks fall to 9-7. The Fanshawe Falcons have sole possession of first place in the OCAA West.
Absolutely, Humber's going to continue to fight for that 4th spot. And to me, Alexis, just to wrap this all up here, the numbers don't lie. Total attacks for Fanshawe, 61. Total attacks for Humber, 81. And Fanshawe took this with ease.
Thank you so much, everybody out there watching on BRTV, the Humber Sports Network, the Humber Hawks Sports Network, rather. And on behalf of my broadcast partner, Connor Forrest, I'm Lex Tan. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Humber Game of the Week here at the Humber Hawks Nest. Final score, 3-0. Fanshawe Falcons take this one. So long, everybody. See you again next time.